You remember the ones that are supposed to be about 140 million years old? Actually, that raises a good question. That means that third of a kilometre of rocks really took somewhere between 65 and 70 million years to be laid down. But if that's the case, I wonder how come it's full of dead creatures. Because everybody knows that if an animal dies on the beach or dies in the sea, unless it gets buried real fast, it's not going to be preserved to turn into a fossil. But these rocks, they're stuffed full of fossils from one end to the other in most cases. And if that's the case, the animals must have been buried fast. The mud and sediment must have been washed in quickly. And if it was, the evidence for all those millions of years, it's not in the rocks, it's in people's heads.
In people's heads. All right. Well, one thing we didn't put in your head was the phone number for the station here, and it's 754-0039, 754-0039, so that you can maybe win one of these or both of these books.
Both of these today.
Both of them today. Yes. And the question again was?
The question again is, where in the Bible does it tell us the universe can never be measured by us? They've got to give the right reference, and there's our phone number there now. And if they get it right, we'll send them these books and all the other free things we've got in our stock. Of course, can I tell folks where we're going to be on Thursday night?
Well, I hope so. I want to know your itinerary.
Good, because
yes.
I've got schools all day in Kentucky tomorrow, so I'll be back here in Tennessee on Thursday. But on Thursday night at 7 o'clock, we have a wonderful program at Christ Community Church in Franklin. That's not far from here. It starts at 7 p.m. We'll be looking at the 6 days of creation. Particularly the emphasis will be on man being created. So if your kids have got problems with ape men and all the latest stuff that appeared in the newspapers a couple of weeks ago, and there's this so-called ape man from Africa that's just hitting the news, well, bring them along. It won't just be talk, it'll be like we had there. We'll be taking you outside the slides and that of all the evidence. So that's 7 o'clock Thursday night, Christ Community Church here in Franklin, and we'll have all these books if you didn't win the prize today.
You know, the last one that I went to when you were here before,
yes,
had hundreds and hundreds of reference books.
It did, didn't it?
Really, really good ones.
And some great ones on dinosaurs, full colour pictures for the kids, as well as the videos.
Yes.
And they'll be there as well for folks to see, because we don't apologise. We do our best to make sure folks know what's available and make use of it.
Okay, and you have other videos. Now, this Jehovah's Park is available. What are some of the other videos?
Okay, we have a video called The Origin of the Races, which we talked about last time I was on the program, where we look at all the natives from around the world and have their stories that point back to the Tower of Babel. We have one which has primarily been responsible for opening the doors into schools. It's a debate called the Education Debate. And if folks want to see how little evidence there is for evolution, they want to hear the 4 professors who are on that debate try and defend it. And we had a real victory that night, and it's opened the doors into so many public schools. So don't forget, folks, pray for that, particularly tomorrow and for the schools here in Tennessee next week. It's just a great opportunity. We have videos on the ape men, you know, one that's really great for young people on the ape men. And we keep going with material that deals with questions that teenagers ask. We had a 2-day seminar. We put on video all the common questions that teenagers ask. And in fact, if folks want a complete list of all of these videos, can we put our phone number up now they can ring?
I think we better.
We'd probably better. So this is Creation Research. It's 615-374-3693. Don't be worried if you just get an office answering machine. I don't think there's anybody there at the moment. But there's our phone number, and they'll get back to you. Just leave your name and number and address, and you'll get a complete free list there, or write to that Post Office Box 281, Hartsville, Tennessee, and we're available there most of the time.
You are one of the most fascinating human beings I've ever met, I think. I know you have 4 children, and you told me they're singers, not geologists.
That's true.
Well,
they're all delightful young ladies, so I'm looking for 4 husbands out there too.
Oh, I see.
At
Okay.
the press, so
I
guess they can write to that address too.
Okay. Well, they start at 12 and go to where?
20.
20. All right. Well, it's good to have you
Good.
back, John.
Good
And thank you for bringing in all of these fossils. And I've been teased over the earphone here by Steve Bates out there that said it looked like a fossil holding a fossil. But I've enjoyed this morning. We're going to have some people on the rest of the week here that are fascinating, I think, too. And that's Taryn Edwards tomorrow. He's a singer and a songwriter. Kathy Fields with the Christian Airline personnel people are going to be with us. And on Thursday, European press has dubbed this man the Rock Priest. And he is a Christian minister that is so unique, David Pierce. He'll be back with us from Holland, and we hope that you'll be back too. We love you, and we thank you so much for watching today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
It's a dinosaur. You get this terrible little book on it. Cold-bloodedness, it doesn't apply. They're totally wrong. This is a warm-bodied creature.
This thing doesn't live in a swamp.
This thing's got, what, a 25, 27-foot neck? Brachiosaurus 30.